Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Sharon and today's video is going to cover my week 3 expenses for the month of April. So here is my weekly check-in spread, and as you can see, I weekly check in for my personal, groceries, gas, and unbudgeted categories. I combine some of my categories to ensure that I don't have a lengthy check-in. So as you can see here, this compliment card from Erin Condren, which I'm using with my color-coded expense stickers, serves as my legend. If you haven't seen my week 1 check-in, please check it out because I do go into which colors cover which cash envelope, since I do use the cash envelope budgeting system or method. I do cover which colors go with which categories. This is my monthly spread where I lay down my stickers and I also lay down my bills due for the month. So as I weekly check in, I'll be going through and checking off which bills came out of my account for this 3rd week of April as well. Toward the end of the video, I will also be choosing my week 16 number for my 52-week challenge as well. So without further ado, I already have my expense stickers written out for week 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay them down on, and my week 3 is going to cover from the 15th to the 22nd of April. So on the 17th, we had Chick-fil-A for dinner, and that was $34. And then on the 19th, I went to Costco, and that was $36. On the 19th as well, I went to Walmart to grab a couple of things, and I also went to Target. And the reason why I had to make so many trips to so many different stores on the 19th is because with the current situation going on, there's a lot of things that were out of stock in the different stores. So I was just trying to search around for some of the things that we needed. So I had to go to multiple different stores. Let me just zoom you in a little. That's what I had for the 19th. And then I also, on the 20th, I did put gas in the car as well. So I did use $30 for gas. So I'm just going to flip back really quick, back over to my weekly check-in, and I'm going to fill in my categories really quick. Okay, so I have my categories written in, and I'm just going to flip back really quick just so I can start with my personal. For my personal, I weekly check in for my allowance and my grooming cash envelope. So I didn't have any expenses from my allowance or my grooming cash envelope this week, so I should still have my same remaining $515 from the beginning of the month. So just to start with my allowance, I still have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I still have the entire amount, which is pretty good, seeing as how we are moving into the last week, I should say, of the month. And for my grooming, which I combine for this category, as I mentioned, I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 5, 10, 15. So I still have $415 in my grooming cash envelope, which I use for like hair appointments, eyebrows, things like that. But since everything's closed right now, I haven't had a need to use the money. And so I will likely put a little less in it next month since it's built up quite a bit. So for my personal, I didn't spend anything, and remaining is $515. Now, I do want to mention an error that I noticed after my week 2 check-in, and that is in my groceries and eating out category. So in the beginning of the month, when I spent $70, I accidentally wrote down the full amount for this category, which was $500, because I allocated $350 toward groceries and $150 toward eating out. And I accidentally had written $500 here. So it threw my numbers off as I continued to go. I have since corrected them because the correct amount for week 1 remaining was $430. And the correct amount after week 2 should have been $124 as opposed to $194. So I did make those edits off camera after I realized it when I finished the week 2 check-in. So for groceries and eating out moving into week 3, I had a combined total of $124. So I'm just gonna go back and add up my expenditures for week 3. So I went to Target, that was $40, spent $14 at Walmart, and $36 at Costco. And then I spent an additional $34 at Chick-fil-A, which was the entire $124. So I'm just gonna check these off since they've already been counted. I'm just gonna move back over. So in my groceries category, I spent $124 and remaining is $0, which is pretty good because we have everything that we need. So we'll be good throughout the rest of the month. I don't foresee that I'll need to go to the store again. For gas, I did pump $30 worth of gas. And so I haven't really been pumping gas since I've been working from home, but just making trips to the store back and forth each week. I did pump $30 this week. So my remainder for gas is $137. I don't budget anything for unbudgeted. So I did not have any unbudgeted expenses this week. So I'm just gonna line both of those out. And so that's pretty much what I have as far as my weekly check-in. So I'm still looking pretty good in the personal category, which is pretty surprising because I usually would have spent money had we been going outside and doing different things. And I've really been trying my best to fight the temptation of just buying things online because there's no shortage of things popping up in my Instagram that I would love to purchase. But I'm trying to be disciplined. I am trying to hold on to any funds that I can. So this is what I have working with going into what I consider to be the last week of the month. Okay, so coming back to my monthly view, I just wanted to highlight a couple of things. Childcare, as I explained in one of my previous videos, we have not been paying childcare because school is out right now. I would have paid on April 15th for care I received in the month of May. So since school is closed right now through May 15th, I have not been billed. So I will continue to hold on to these funds in the event school does open back up and payment is required. So I will not be checking this one off this week. In addition to childcare, I did pay my car note, my home warranty I did pay, and I did also pay for my quarterly trash payment. So those things have been taken care of for week 3. And then I also want to go to my sinking funds because I did have a couple of transactions from there. And so I had one out of my medical sinking fund for $41 at Rite Aid. I just needed to buy some over-the-counter type things like Tylenol, Tums, things of that nature. So I did purchase those items. And then, like I stated previously, when looking at my monthly view, I did pay for my trash payment, which I keep as a sinking fund. So I did have those expenditures from my sinking funds. So now I'm going to move on to selecting my week 16 number for my 52-week challenge. And for those of you who have not seen my previous videos, I'm doing a 52-week challenge where every week during my weekly check-ins, I'll be pulling a number at random. And this is the chart. It's a schedule to save $1,378 throughout the entire year. But I'm going to select a number at random every week so that I can jot down the number and I'll fund my 52-week challenge in that amount after week 4. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping all available numbers in this mason jar. And all of the numbers that I've picked in previous weeks are in this bag as well as highlighted on this chart. And so every week I just give this a little shake and then I select my number for the current week. So this week we're doing week 16 and that number is 51. So I'm just going to take my highlighter and highlight the number 51. So I know that this number has already been pulled. And then I'm just going to take this number and put it in the baggie just in case I decide to do this or some other challenge where I need them again in the future. And to also separate them from the other remaining numbers. So I'm also going to go back and in the notes section of my monthly view, I like to just keep the numbers so I can keep track of what I need to put into my savings challenge for this particular month. So including week 14, 15, and 16, I am now up to $111 for this month. And at the start of the month, I budgeted for $202, which were the 4 highest numbers that I could possibly pick this month, so that I made sure that I would budget enough to cover it. I'm still good. I'm doing good for this month and $111. And so we'll just keep going from there. And that's all I have for you for this video. I appreciate you coming back and I hope to see you in another one. If you like the content that you watched here today, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. And let me know if you're using stickers or how you budget, so that maybe I can get a couple tips from you as well. So I appreciate it. I hope that you're safe and everyone is well. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.